and welcome to the Monkees Podcast special quarantine edition. Sorry if the sound quality is bad. It is I, Tekurah McCullough, and my co-host for this episode is Mark Leonard, my friend, Mark Leonard. Hello, Mark. How are you doing?
Decent.
Decent.
As well as you can in quarantine.
Yes. And we all say quarantine. I don't think anybody's really quarantined. I think we all just like using that word. We're all just like stay at home or sequestered.
Yeah, really. I think it's because there's, it's a word that starts with a Q, and we don't have that many of those, right?
That's true. You have your Netflix Q. That's a fun one that people started using. And then quiet, that's one. Right. But then if you're using it, you're probably supposed to be quiet, and then you don't get to say it.
Right.
What else is there? Cues. Quinine, that's fun. Question. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I don't know. What?
Quarrel. Like a fight? Quarrel?
Oh, quarrel. I was thinking squirrel, and you just dropped the S on squirrel. Like, that's not a thing. A quarrel
is how we say it in Burbank.
Quarrel. So, Mark, I met you, and do you remember where we met?
Yeah. It was, we were doing Zip Zap Zop a decade ago.
Yes, we were doing improv. And
with Hal Rudnick.
Hal. Hi, Hal. I wish Hal would tune in. Hal, tune in. Oh, no, my video just got weird. Okay. And I remember you being really funny. That's what I remember. I was like,
I don't remember me being very funny.
I do. And I was like, oh, that guy's funny. That guy's funny. I kept thinking that.
No, you kicked my ass. You went, how many levels did you do?
Well, I completed it, but.
Oh, wow.
It's just
because I took 101 twice. That's not a joke.
Oh, it's because you waited so long, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not because you failed.
It's still funny, though.
I guess. You had to take a 101 refresher. I'm trying to fix my video here. So yeah, my MacBook is so old that I think
How old is it?
It's so old that no, steal your joke. It's black and white. Stolen joke. The connection to the monitor is bad, and so instead of everything that's supposed to be black just has green lines. So I have a green beard right now. Your hair has little bits of green in it.
It's like we live in Portland.
Exactly. Everything is green. So and then you did stand up for a while, and that was really funny. Are you still doing that, or did you just say I can't handle the spring breakers?
Well, now I'm trying to earn some money.
Oh.
Because I like to buy things, it turns out.
Okay. But, yeah.
I like to purchase stuff. Life's better when you get to purchase things.
That is true. That is true. Well, I hope you get to do some writing. Oh, and then you were a photographer. You still are a photographer. You are a great photographer.
Oh, thanks.
You took pictures of me, which were lovely, and then you took pictures of UCB shows, mostly midnight show, right? Or is that just the one I saw a lot?
Well, that's definitely my favorite one. Lots of action, lots of things flying through the air, so that was a good challenge. They like to blend things.
Mm-hmm. Very messy.
Yeah.
A messy audience participation, whether you like it or not, kind of show.
Right.
That's good stuff. All right.
How many did you see? How many did you go watch?
I think I maybe saw like 3, probably 3, because, it's late. Yeah. It's midnight. But yeah, and then it was Hal again.
Yeah.
You and Hal working together.
Oh yeah.
But now you're doing teaching?
Yeah, I was in the middle of student teaching, which is the last part of the credential program.
Yeah.
So.
Oh boy. And then...
I saw a meme on the internet that said I picked the wrong time to get my shit together.
Yeah.
So that's me. I was
Oh,
about to get my credential, and then the old pandemic thing.
Yeah,
It always gets you.
Yeah, yeah. It's sad. I hope everybody is keeping their spirits up and staying healthy and washing their hands. And we're gonna get started in a little bit. But I just wanted to mention that Adam Schlesinger passed away recently. You familiar with Fountains of Wayne?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he also did some work with the Monkees. He produced their last album, the 50th anniversary album, Good Times.
Oh, wow.
Came out in 2000.
What year was that?
2016.
Okay.
And he wrote some great, everybody knows he's a great songwriter, right? He was amazing, and he did some great work on that. And
he did That Thing You Do, right?
Right. He did That Thing You Do. And Our Own World was a track from Good Times that I really loved. So thanks, Adam. Thank you for leaving such good stuff for us to remember you by. Okay. After that, so speaking of the Monkees, what do you know about the Monkees? Like, did you ever see the show? Did you ever see it?
There's 2 E's in their name.
Okay, so you know the correct spelling. That's good. That's a good first step. And like, is there anything like have you seen the show ever?
I've seen probably tiny clips that were in maybe documentaries or just like maybe a CNN show about the 60s. It was the 60s, right?
Yes, it was the 60s. Good. Okay, so you know a decade. How many Monkees are there, do you think?
I think there's 4.
Okay, that is correct. And do you know any Monkees songs? Do you know I'm a Believer?
Yeah, I thought
Stepping Stone.
I thought that was a Shrek.
Yes. Yeah.
And then Daydream Believer.
Yes, Daydream Believer. Yes. Can you name any of the Monkees?
Do they use their real names?
Yes, they do actually.
Okay, there's a Davy.
Yes, Davy. He sang Daydream Believer. Very good.
He was a surprise guest at the first concert I ever went to.
Oh, really? What concert was that?
Okay, so June 97, I saw Rage Against the Machine open for U2.
Whoa.
Right.
Okay, wait. I just love the Davy and Rage Against the Machine. I assume he came out with Rage Against the Machine?
Oh, of course. He burned a flag.
All right, go on.
Yeah, it was U2 was still is my favorite band. A lot of haters, but
yeah.
So 97 Pop Mart tour. My sister took me. Rage Against the Machine opens, and then in the middle of U2's set, they had like a little karaoke thing with The Edge, I guess, to give the rest of the band a break. And he was doing this on every tour date. He was singing Daydream Believer, but since I guess Davey lives in LA, I don't know, he decided to come down to the stadium and be a surprise guest. And
hold on. I'm getting a notice that my internet connection is unstable.
Okay.
Just a warning. Okay, continue on with your story. Okay.
So The Edge starts Daydream Believer karaoke, and Davy Jones comes out, and I don't know who he is, and my sister is very surprised that I don't know this guy.
So Davy Jones is that guy that showed up at your first concert.
Yes, he interrupted my he interrupted the U2 concert.
Oh.
It was no, it was fun. I liked it.
All right, cool. I didn't know. Oh, that's cute. Okay. All right, so we are going to watch episode number 11. Episode number 11. This is called Monkees A La Carte. It was from, not February, that's wrong, November 12th, 1966. Mike, Davy, Mickey, and Peter monkey with a mobster, Harvey Lembeck, a mobster's plot to take over a string of restaurants on the West Coast. Production notes. Monkees A La Carte was filmed in August 1966. Screen Gem's original synopsis featured an alternate ending in which an unenthused Pop, Paul DeVille, orders the boys to return to their non-musical roles as cooks and waiters at the restaurant after hearing the Monkees rehearse a new song. Wah, wah, wah. Songs you will hear, I'm Not Your Steppin' Stone, and She, both by Boyce and Hart. All right. So are you ready to watch Monkees A La Carte, which is actually one of my favorites, actually. I'm kind of excited. Okay, you ready? Okay, everybody, join us. Monkees A La Carte, episode 11. See ya! Hey, we're back. This is Tekurah again. And comedian Mark Leonard is still with us. He did not run away during the break.
I did not.
And I missed watching this on Blu-ray since we are quarantined, our favorite Q word. We had to watch it separately on a certain website that streams things. But you at home, hopefully you watched on MeTV or DirecTV or Sling or something like that. But if you want to watch it on a certain website that streams, not streams, but, shows, you can do that too. All right. So this was Monkees A La Carte, which is one of my favorite episodes. And I realized by watching this, I think the reason it was one of my favorite episodes, because this is the one I remember always being on MTV. I think I've seen this episode maybe 50 times.
I didn't know it was ever on MTV.
Yeah, there was a revival in 86. And they started showing the episodes on MTV.
Okay.
And then there was a second renaissance of Monkees fans, and I am that second generation, the MTV generation of fans. I guess some people picked it up. It was in syndication before that. I remember it when I was a little kid coming on, like, what were those UHF, those channels that you had to like turn the So I remember it coming on then, but the MTV, that really got me. So this one had a cold open. Did you notice there's a cold open? They were all they were sharing one big long sandwich.
Yeah.
Eating one big long sandwich while Pop just sits there and watches them eat, which is weird.
It's the first time they've shared a long sandwich.
I think so. Yeah, because they usually, they're shown as poor, not having any money. They're like a struggling band. That's like the conceit, is that they're struggling.
Okay.
So yeah.
So they usually eat ramen.
No, there's no ramen back then. They usually were like eating like sandwiches, I think maybe toast. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, so they're sharing a big long sandwich, and I remember Pop says, "Pizza's getting no salami." I remember that line. And then the bad guys enter, right, in traditional gangster outfits, flipping a coin. But then he like drops it, and like the big guy hands him another coin.
There's a backup coin.
Yes, here's a backup coin, very important in your mobster work. And Pop tells him to go away, the Monkees to go away, because, oh no, those guys are dangerous. And of course, it's the classic, oh, we're going to take over your restaurant. And they threaten his mother. My mother's dead. And I'm like, you think that'll stop us? See, I have every line memorized.
And they sign the contract in like 5 seconds.
Yes. I think it was so fast. I think I was writing notes and I looked up and it was over. I was like, oh, that was really fast. So yeah, they were ready. They were prepared mobsters. And then of course, Davy, the little guy, he confronts the mobsters.
Yeah.
And you're pretty tough with a gun in your hand. And you punches them, and you're pretty tough with a fist in your hand. Yay!
Yeah, a lot more violence than I was expecting.
Yes. Yes, a gun and a punch. That's right. There's so many guns in this series and in this show. It's really startling now. Just like every episode, there's like a random shootout. I'm like, oh my gosh, why are they so possessed?
I didn't know the Monkees had such a high body count.
Yes, this episode especially. I was like, oh no, those people died.
Yeah,
okay.
They're You're casual about it.
Yeah, and as I was watching as a kid, I was like, who cares? And now I'm like, oh no. And so then I think after that is the credits, right? Did you see the credits in the or the opening titles?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so these are
there are some unicycles involved.
Yes, there's lots of antics and things.
Yeah, unicycles equals hijinks and shenanigans.
Zane, it is shorthand. You put a character on a unicycle and we know that guy's crazy. It's wacky.
Yeah.
So then after the opening, you see that Mike is the leader and he is leading a house meeting about what to do. Yeah. And they're going through actually Robert's Rules of Order, which is amusing to me because I did have to learn Robert's Rules of Order when I was in high school. And they're going to help out Pop because the Monkees are good boys, and they respect their elders. They really do. They don't respect authority, but they respect their elders. They're always helping out. Like their neighbors are all like old people, and they help them out. Anyway, it's cute. So, and then there's some shenanigans with consulting the floor, and Peter listens to the floor and the wall and the ceiling, and there's some wacky jokes there. Ask Mickey to read the minutes. It's like a minute 34. It's a new record. Yay. I really like that show.
Literal.
That's cute though. Oh, and I like that Davey has a little Band-Aid on his chin because he got punched.
I didn't notice that.
You didn't notice? Yeah, it's got
no, actually, now I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, and at the end of the scene, he goes, "Oh!" He puts his hand to his chin. And it's like, "Ow!" Because Davey's an actor. He's committed.
Oh yeah.
All right. So
and he's is he the lead singer?
He's he and Mickey split up most of the singing.
Is he a better singer or a better actor?
He's good at both. Actually, he won a Tony when he was like 16 or 17 or something.
Gotcha.
So he's good at both. When I was a kid, I was like, Davey. But now watching it as an adult, I'm like, no, Davey was really good. He was good. He's like actually one of the few ones really acting in the early episodes. I'm like, look at you go, Davey. All right. So they come back to the restaurant that the mobsters have taken over. Can you hear me okay? Is it?
Yeah.
So they come back to the restaurant. The Monkees have taken over. Oh, no, the mobsters have taken over. The Monkees will take over. And the guy doesn't want them just to be a band. He wants them to be able to be waiters. And they're like, of course, Peter. So then Peter is the one that has to carry a tray of dishes, and they stack all these dishes on it. Did you ever do like waitering? Did you ever do food service?
Oh yeah, deliver pizza.
You delivered pizzas?
Yeah.
Like in a car?
Table. Oh yeah, in my own car.
Oh my! You ever any sexy ladies at the door? Anything?
Oh no. I was hoping for that, but it never happened.
Wow. Okay.
Only dudes with their shirts off.
Well, they could have been, inviting you. No, not your. Okay. So I think, is there a pizza episode? Yeah, I think we already had our Italian food.
Oh, they had pizza back then?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think pizza was just invented. I think pizza's been around, I think. I'm not sure. I don't know. Okay, so Peter carries the load all the way from the dining room into the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
They're like,
they had a cartoon freeze.
Yes. They were all cheering. And then he midair, and the tray stays as Peter.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting such brilliant special effects.
Yes. So that's a good one. I hate that shirt. That shirt that he's wearing. Did you notice Peter's blue sweater at all? No? No,
I'll have to go back.
No, don't go back. This is just something that somebody that's watched it a million times.
Okay.
It's like velour, kind of, and it has a bit of a V-neck, and it just reminded me of things that can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I think this connection is bad with mine. Anyway, it reminded me of sweaters that like I thought were really out of style in the 80s because it reminded me of the 70s, that velour kind of sweatshirty thing with a little V-neck. Oh, so gross.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm sure it was like brand new and hot at the time, but God, it looks so nasty. I hate that he's wearing that. Okay. So then they're hired. Wait, well, I'm sorry?
I'm going to go back and see, see it. I'm going to.
Okay. So then they are hired as waiters, and they're in their cute little waiter jackets, little red jackets, red tuxedo jacket things. And the guy is going down the line. I don't know. He's threatening. He says something threatening and this is what happens to guys we don't like or something. What do you remember what it is? And then he slaps Peter. I don't remember what the line is. And then Mickey's like, well, this is what happens to people we don't like. And then he turns.
Wasn't expecting that.
And the guy looks at Mickey all threatening, and he turns and he slaps Peter again. Oh, poor Pete. And then Peter asked Mike, what did I do? Mike said,
what's their new boss's name is Fuseli?
Fuseli.
Yeah. He's like, we need a hat check Goyle and a cigarette Goyle.
Goyle. Yes, he goes through this list. I need a coat check, a hat check, a cigarette girl. It's so good. I love that. So then they're all running around all crazy, like getting everything.
It was a good song. The Stepping Stone song. Was that a hit?
Yeah. Well, I think it definitely was. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't have those stats. That is something I could look up. But yes. So Stepping Stone, and that's our first romp of the episode. And they're romping around the kitchen. And some of the scenes were in earlier episodes, I realized. Like Mike, when he has like the string on his head, which is spaghetti, because, string equals spaghetti in TV. They used that in an earlier episode. And I don't know when they filmed that. Anyway, so there's some crazy things happening in this romp.
Busted.
My favorite. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm going to unplug this headphoney thing because I'm hearing terrible sounds and I hope it's not going on the recording. So I apologize. Okay. Oh boy. Let's see. It's not going to work. Okay. What? Built-in internal. Yeah, output. Okay. Wait. All right. Say something.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Sorry for the technical whatevs. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was surprised they know how to cook Italian pretty well.
Oh, apparently.
Where did they?
Apparently they figured it out. Somewhere.
What were they doing for Pop?
What?
They were working for Pop, right?
Yeah, I guess so, but I don't think they were cooks. I don't think they were waiting. I think they were just like the house band.
Okay.
Yeah, they were probably the house band. So some of my favorite bits in the Stepping Stone romp was the slow-mo dancing with the sides of beef. I really enjoy Mike and Peter jumping around with sides of beef.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I had no idea what that was. I was like, I don't know what those things are. I like the Davy trying to slice the onion that keeps rolling away from him.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
How do they? Is it like a magnet? I don't know. I'm like, is it on this? It's probably just on a string, right? It's just like they have a spring on the onion and they're just pulling it. But it's rolling. It's the tiniest bit. It's so good. And then
that onion's a rascal.
That rascally little onion. And then he finally just smashes it with the rolling pin.
Who could blame him?
So frustrating slicing an onion. I love onions, but like I have tried all the things to like not cry when slicing an onion. Have you read those things? Yeah. Like running water, burning a candle. I do it all. I light a candle, I run water, and then I turn on a fan, and then I try to slice an onion. It's pathetic. And then another gun shows up in the romp because Peter is.
Yeah, I was about to say something about that. He shoots the pizza. What did the pizza do to him?
Well, the pizza apparently didn't come down. He was throwing the pizza dough into the air.
So the monkeys use guns as like a tool.
Yes.
They're like, go get a screwdriver. Like, oh, no, it's okay. I have a gun.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly it.
We have a flat tire. I need something to jack it up with. I have a gun.
Yeah. Those monkeys. That's surprising for hippie boys, but I guess they're not hippies yet. Still season 1. It's early.
Yeah.
And then Peter is so cute. He's sharpening his little knife, and then he finally just chops that watermelon in half. So cute. All right. So then we're at the police station, and they find out. They're like, "Oh no, we need to report this." So they go to tell the cops about Fuseli trying to take over Pop's business, and then they're told about the Purple Flower Gang. And I kind of zone out during this part.
I wrote down Dan Aykroyd vibes. I thought the police chief sounded like Dan Aykroyd.
Yes.
And at one point, he sounded like a pirate. He's like, behind bars.
I missed
I don't know if you remember. Yeah, go and watch that part.
I will watch for the piratey Dan Aykroyd. Mm-hmm. So, pirate Dan Aykroyd talks about the Purple Flower Gang. So now, is Fuseli a part of the Purple Flower Gang, or did he work with the Purple Flower Gang?
Oh, I think they worked. They're like loosely affiliated.
Okay, all right.
Is it called the Syndicate?
Yeah, the Syndicate. Okay. Because I can't remember why the Purple Flower Gang comes up in this conversation with the Monkees. Why does he tell them about the Purple Flower Gang?
Did they just catch him and
put him in jail?
I know.
That's the plot. I mean, that's the information that comes out from this scene.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Like, why did that even come out? And then you have he went from flower to flower to flower, and a little delicate music plays. All right, so then we're back at the restaurant, and they're going to try to trap Fuseli, because now the cops know. And so they try the fingerprint. So they dust a wine glass with like baby powder, it looks like. So it's like all dusty and gross looking. And they hand it to Fuseli, and he has a glove on because, Mobsters always wear gloves. Now, this wine is part of my Kool-Aid conspiracy. Every single time there is wine in the Monkees, it is Kool-Aid. It is clearly Kool-Aid.
Yeah, it's pretty. I remember it being bright red.
Yes, it is bright red. There is no wine that should be that color of red. That is some red Kool-Aid that they are serving.
Definitely sugar, lots of sugar in that.
I'm sure it was delicious, though. And then he swishes it around in his mouth for a while. I have a little sound effect, swish, 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 swish.
Yeah. The Foley artist was working overtime.
I don't think there's a Foley artist. I think there's just somebody with like a bank of sound effects. I don't know, a bunch of tape decks. Ka-chunk, swish, 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 ka-chunk, pull that tape out. Yeah. Then their second attempt to trap the Fuselis is Mickey and his reel-by-reel tape recorder. So he's trying to spy on them. And he's like, "Oh, guys, come on, I think I got it." And they all run over, and he plays
Tapes over it.
And it plays exactly what he just said. Oh,
classic.
Oh, Mickey. And then the third way is the rule of threes, right? They try to blow up the safe in his office. And this is a recurring bit in the Monkees, where you hook up the equipment to one thing and then you actually blow up something else. Oh no, the desk blows up. And then they move.
It's like MacGruber.
Is it?
I don't know.
I never finished that movie. I started to watch it, and then my friend fell asleep, and then we never finished it.
What I like about this scene is that there's an Italy poster on the wall, like from a travel agency, just to remind us that the mobster's from Italy.
Oh.
Like, that's a little on the nose.
Italy, as you can't tell from Fuseli, and
they might as well have like a model of the Leaning Tower of Pisa on his desk as a paperweight.
Oh my, I did not notice that. How did I miss that? Okay. So yes, clearly Italy. And so then they rearrange the desk. I know they rearrange the safe as the desk. I'm like, he'll never notice. Ha ha ha. Kind of a weak joke, that one. I don't care for that one. It's really dumb. All right. So then the syndicate is coming for dinner. And the boys have to serve the syndicate. And the table is set up in a mysterious L shape. That's interesting considering there's only 3 people invited. Okay. So they set up the tables in an L shape for like 8 people.
Yeah.
And the boys realize they can't escape to call the police. Why that is, I don't know. So then you have your stereotypes come in, your syndicate members. We have Red O'Leary with his Irish, his weird Irish accent. And then you have Big Flora, who is the quote-unquote fat lady who constantly eats meatballs. Then I think
I noticed that's their pour one out. Instead of pouring one out, they eat a meatball, right? for deceased mobsters.
You're right. Eat a meatball. Eat a meatball in memory. So then there's is it Freddy the Fence? I missed his name. I think it's Freddy the Fence.
Yeah, I had some trouble hearing the names too.
Yeah, Freddy, and I think is he the one? What is his deal? What is his stereotype?
Was he the one with sunglasses? Didn't he do drugs and diamonds?
I think so.
Or was that the next guy?
Yeah. And then Benny the Bookie has a stutter. Oh, that's comedy gold, y'all.
Oh, man.
Oh, Benny the Bookie has a stutter. All right. So we have just a hilarious cast of characters there.
Yeah.
So then the boys all sit down like they're gonna eat too. That's what the 4 extra places were for, clearly for the Monkees. And Fusilli yells at them and tells them to go to the kitchen, and they complain loudly. And I don't know if you noticed this, but the sound of them complaining as they go to the kitchen is the same sound that is played earlier when they're trying to make it sound like there's a lot of people in the restaurant when the syndicate is there.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Exact same audio. You can hear Davey go, "Mwah!" And so you hear Davey go, "Mwah!" And then later you hear Davey go, "Mwah!" again. You're like, hey, I just heard that. Anyway, so they play that sound.
It's like a Charles Nielsen Riley noise.
It is. Mwah. Mwah. I can't do a Charles Nelson Riley. I can't do an imitation. Can you?
I didn't reach that level of comedy.
Oh.
Never. Maybe one day.
Impressions 101. No, that'd be never mind. Okay, because that'd be character class. No, that's supposed to be original characters, I'm sure.
That's groundling stuff.
Yes, definitely. Fusilli says, "I'm gonna kill that little one." That always made me laugh. And then, oh yes, and then I realized there's actually a plot happening here. So Fusilli is splitting up the city between the syndicate, and there's a map of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I had no idea what this map was when I was a child. I was just like, random map. I don't know what state that is, because for some reason I assumed it was California, and I was like, that is not California. So now I realize, oh, that's Los Angeles. So he's splitting it up between the syndicate, and then he leaves, what is that, Chatsworth or something for them? He's like,
I didn't notice.
He leaves like a little tiny spot on the north for the rest of the syndicate.
I was wondering who was going to get Glendale.
I don't know. I have to watch it again to see who gets what section.
Yeah, because you want that Galleria if it existed.
Yes, definitely want that Galleria. So then the Monkees decide, we're going to pretend to be the Purple Flower Gang. Oh, another thing I missed. The Purple Flower joke. That was in the police office, right? They set that up.
Yeah, that there's like a shortage.
Purple, it's hard to get purple flowers?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was like, oh, I remember that was set up somewhere, but I missed it. Okay, so the Monkees magically have costumes. They always have costumes wherever they go. just like with the gun, there's costumes.
Right.
And they're dressed up in like a, you know, gangster suit, traditional, stereotypical, I don't know.
One has a Fu Manchu mustache.
Yes, mustaches. I didn't know who has the Fu Manchu.
I don't know. Mick or Mickey, I think.
Yeah, Mickey. Oh, what? Okay.
I mean, sorry, Mike or Mickey.
Mike or Mickey. Okay, so they have mustaches and they show up, and so this gives Mickey a chance to do his. I can't remember what gangster he's always doing. He's always doing that one gangster actor, and I can't remember his name. And it's not Durante. It's anyway. He's always doing that impression. And so it gives him a chance to do that again. The Purple Flower Gang. Why are you wearing white flowers? You know how hard it is to find purple flowers, but I'm Tish. And what is their genius idea? What is their plan? They're the Purple Flower Gang, and therefore they're going to. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what the plan was, but anyway. So
did they want like them to split it a certain way? I forgot.
I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't know why they're doing this. So, and so then they're going to
start. Monkees.
Oh, class. You never know. They're so unpredictable. Yeah. As evidenced by those unicycles. Yeah. Excuse me. Okay. So they're going to start talking or something. And then Peter, oh, sweet dumb Peter. He says he's hungry and he wants dinners like you guys have.
Bless his heart.
And they're like, no, it's fine. We'll have the drumsticks. I'm sorry, the breadsticks and and he's like, no, I want spaghetti dinner and like a side of ravioli. And so then they have to start the wackiness of splitting between being the waiters and being the Purple Flower Gang.
Right. And sweat forms on their brows.
Woo! And then they do a lot of brow wiping and shooing.
Yeah, a lot of sighing.
Yes, a lot of heavy.
Not
sighing.
Again.
Oh, so and then they tell Peter to sneak out to get the cops. So since he's a Purple Flower, maybe that's why they dressed up as the Purple Flower Gang, to get somebody to sneak out. I don't know. Anyway, so Peter goes to sneak out, and then like the security guard mobster guy says nobody, I don't know what he says, nobody can leave.
Oh yeah.
And Peter says, who says, in his like tough gangster voice, and pulls out a gun, our third gun of the episode. Yeah. And says, this gun says, and then Peter pulls out his gun, says, oh yeah, this gun says I go. And a little flag pops out, and it says I go.
Oh no.
Oh.
That's some Looney Tunes stuff right there.
Yes, some real life Looney Tunes.
And by the way, if the Monkees can get guns, then background checks didn't exist in the 60s, right?
Oh God, no.
If these guys can get guns, these wacky guys
have a gun. I think in the 60s. You could just run up, grab a gun. Yeah, no background checks, no cooling off periods. Not at all, no registry. So Peter sneaks out, and then we have the quick changes and they have the fast motion. And thank God for fast motion, for fast forward, because they would never get away with this without that. It would take them so long to change in the kitchen. Yeah. Sally would be so confused. Everybody would be so upset, waiting for their
refill.
Their refill. Yeah. Big Flora asks for some wine or something and stuffs another meatball in her mouth. God damn. And Mickey goes and brings out.
Get down a notch, Flora.
No, it's like fat people. We don't eat constantly. Fat people. No, we don't eat constantly. Anyway, so. Mickey brings out clearly just a bottle of water. I love the way water is white wine. Yeah, it's white wine. That's just a bottle of water. And then another guy wants red, and then Mickey says, I'm sorry, that's not my station. Ha 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 ha, and goes back. I like that joke.
Sass. Yeah. Didn't
get it as a kid. Had no idea what that meant when I was a kid. No idea. So Peter finally makes it to the police station. and is promptly arrested. Why? Because he's dressed up as the Purple Flower King. Oh, no. And so then we go back to Mike and Davey splitting up. Oh, yeah, they decide they're going to split up the city. They take over the meeting. And they're like,
9 ways.
Yeah, got to split it up 9 ways. And they have like a big old brush with black paint on it. Just
where did he get that?
With the guns and the costumes. They really have a trunk with them wherever they go. And they just make it's just a grid, and then they end up playing tic-tac-toe, and that's very cute. Mickey sneaks around.
Everything but purple carnations.
Yes, you're right. It's so hard to get purple carnations, but instead we have this bucket of paint. We have multiple guns. We have one prop joke gun. We have mobster costumes. And
every kind of mustache that's ever been made.
We've got everything. No, but purple flowers. God, are you insane? Okay. So Mickey sneaks around telling each one of the syndicate that Fuseli is cheating them. And so then they finally do tic-tac-toe, and I think Mike wins that tic-tac-toe game, I believe. We cut back to the station, and poor Peter's now being interrogated, and they're playing good cop, bad cop on him. And
they gave him a sandwich, right?
Yes. So he wants a cheese Danish.
Okay.
Yeah, I like this scene. The little sound effects and the nice voice that pirate Dan Aykroyd puts on. You want some coffee? And Peter nods his head, and you have a tinkle, tinkle, tink sound. It's like 2 cups of sugar, or 2 lumps of sugar, tinkle, tinkle, tink, as he nods his head. Every time he nods his head, tinkle, tinkle, tink.
That's in my mind, it's a Foley artist. Don't ruin it for me.
Oh, okay. Yes, it's a Foley artist that has pulled out a giant xylophone and is playing tinkle, tinkle, tink every time he nods his head. Okay.
Yeah, he does it live.
We'll work with that. He's there on the soundstage, working live. And then when Peter demands a cheese Danish, then he gets mad and he turns into bad cop. Oh, Peter. Oh. All right. So then the syndicate, they're ripping up the map. I don't know how that happened. I guess, they all get mad that Fuseli is cheating them. And so then it just turns into chaos, and they're ripping up the map. And these are some quality actors, I tell you. Yeah. Even in this foolishness, they're ripping up the map.
Was there a why I oughta?
There might have been. I don't know. There's a lot of noise happening. There might have been a why I oughta in there. And they're ripping up the map, and then you could see them turn, look at the piece they have in their hand, shake their head as if, no, this is not the part of the city I want. Throw it down and turn back to the mob to grab another piece of the map. It's so good. I love it so much.
The anger just makes them, not use their brains.
Oh, no, it's just the quality of acting on a guest spot on a children's show.
Yeah.
I admire their commitment. Okay. So then we cut back to the police station, and Peter is confessing to everything. He is chomping on his sandwich. He's confessing to, does he confess to murder? I don't know if he does.
I think he confesses to the sinking of the Lusitania.
Yes, he says he sank Lusitania.
However you say it.
He just confesses to every crime. He's enjoying himself somehow, which is kind of like what happens in real life. It's sad. You can get, some people will confess to anything.
Yeah. Did he shoot Franz Ferdinand?
Oh, no, but that would have been awesome. He says he did that great train robbery, I think. Anyway. And then we're back to the restaurant, and more guns, because now there is a shootout. How does the shootout begin? Do you remember? I don't remember how the shootout
I don't either.
I wonder if I can find it in the synopsis on IMDb. Let's see if it has the...
Did someone take a hostage?
They got the sound effects guy. They got the Foley artist.
Oh, no.
No.
Gary.
Okay, so, Red O'Leary is the bank robber. Big Floor is an extortionist. Oh, it's Patty? I don't think that it's Patty the Fix. I thought it was Freddie the Fence. Okay, I think this person
maybe it's just the sound quality of the 60s.
No, I wish I had my Blu-ray, man. That would be clear as day. I guess the White Carnation joke is Mickey is the first one that does the joke, I think. And then it's called back in the police station when Peter tries to claim he's not part of the Purple Flower Gang because he has a white carnation. That's how that joke is set up. And okay, so the tension between Fuseli and his guests escalate and finally swells into a gunfight. Okay, that's all they say on the IMDb synopsis, so I don't know why it happens. But all of a sudden they're shooting at each other. Mike and Davey are hiding under the table, continuing. Oh, they've continued their tic-tac-toe game in the corner, and now they're under the table.
Best of 3.
Yeah, very competitive. They're playing all these tic-tac-toe games. Mickey stops the violence, and then a pretty girl comes out, and he says the director thought there should be a pretty girl in the show, and she walks across. She has like a fur coat on, a little crop top. She opens it up, crop top, and then she walks off, and then they shoot again.
Was that an actor that's been on the show before?
No.
Okay.
No, that was just some lady, some girl.
Yeah.
Okay. So Mickey tries to mediate. He keeps coming up to each individual syndicate member to try to say, you should get along. And Mickey is somehow getting them all killed one by one. Every single one he talks to is shot and killed.
Yeah.
Would be traumatizing.
Can't we all just get along?
And then he just kills. So now everyone is dead. One of them wakes up at the last minute to kill Fuseli. And so then the whole syndicate is dead.
Yeah.
The Monkees have caused
mass murder.
Yes, it's a slaughter.
Again, it's like every other episode, right?
Oh yeah, again. I think up until now nobody has died. This is the first episode. It took episode 11 for people to die.
It should have been called Mobster Genocide.
Yes, Mobster Genocide. So then the cops finally show up. And then, of course, the boys are arrested because they're clearly the Purple Flower Gang. They clearly killed everybody. I don't know. I mean, obviously, you see, like, dead gangsters everywhere and, like, 3 goofballs standing there.
Not much blood, by the way.
Oh, yes.
No blood.
No blood. Bloodless deaths. Oh, and Flora, of course. What does Flora do before she dies?
Oh, meatball.
She eats another meatball. God damn.
Her last meal.
Poor Flora. Okay. And then we have this weird mini romp where they play Stepping Stone again a little bit. And then we just have...
Is it a remix or is it...
No, it's just a... Yeah, it's a remix.
It's not even the Paul Oakenfold version.
Remix. And then they're all running around. No, and it's just romps from other episodes, romps from future episodes, just like random shots. And then they include the Monkees in jail from a previous episode. They include the spotlight with from a future episode.
This isn't their first brush with the law.
No, they were kidnapped by mobsters in a ghost town in an earlier episode.
So, by now they should be on probation, right? At least.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, they got a reward that time for capturing them. But
okay.
Yeah, but Davey shot a gun in that episode. So Davey should have been confident with his gun skills. And like instead of playing tic-tac-toe, he should have, knocked out Flora. No, not Flora. Maybe Freddie the Fence or something, and like taken his gun.
Yeah.
Because he's handled firearms before. He has experience.
And Peter shot the pizza. I mean, that's not easy.
You're right. Why? So you know what? They did shoot at but they didn't die in the Nobody died in the Ghost Town Mobster episode.
Oh, thank God.
Because Rosemarie was in that episode, and if Rosemarie had died, I would have been very upset.
God, I have no idea who that is.
Wait, what?
Rosemary?
You don't know who Rosemarie is?
No.
Oh. Did you ever see a Dick Van Dyke Show?
Not a full one.
Okay, you're not a comedian anymore. I'm taking that title away from you.
Oh no.
All right, so anyway, so let's see where. Oh yeah, mini romp, and then my favorite quote of the episode. Pops is back, and he says, "Play for me, boys. Play like you used to." And then we cut to the She music video. Yay!
Nice.
So many lines from this I've been quoting over the years.
Which season is this? There's 3 seasons.
This is the first one.
Okay.
So this is 11th episode. So then we get to the song She. And so they're not in the restaurant anymore. They're in a blue room, and we get some iconic shots. We get the ABBA-esque Mike in the foreground, but kind of fuzzy and not in focus profile. Mickey in the background, focus, singing at the camera. Love that shot. We get the Mickey through the tambourine shot, the Davies tambourine while he's singing. That's great. We get some zoom ins from Peter and Davy. Oh, zoom, 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 zoom. And then like weird stock footage. Did you notice like the stock footage they kept cutting to?
Oh, what was it?
It was just like it was like 20s, like old films from the 20s of like beauty pageants and people dancing, and it was like washed in weird colors.
Okay, that's something I have to go back and look at again.
They keep cutting to like a beauty, like a swimsuit pageant from the 20s, and it's like, oh, it's not smooth. What do you call that? It's like help me words. When the film it's choppy, it's kind of choppy because it's like an old time film, and they cut to people dancing.
ABBA never did that. ABBA never cut.
Hold on, stop. I'm having technical issues.
Okay.
Okay, I think it's over. Okay, what were you saying?
Oh, I said ABBA never cut to 1920s swimsuit pageant.
No, I just meant that one shot of like the person in the fork, a profile and then a head-on, Anyway.
Yeah.
So I always hated that zoom they do on Peter when he's singing She, and he's making that terrible face that looks like he's crying. Hate that.
Okay.
I don't know if you noticed that. That. It used to
they did that for Austin Powers a lot, didn't they?
Yes.
Is it just that's what they did in the 60s because they were so high?
Yeah, zooming
on LSD that
it's a freak out, psychedelic freak out.
Yeah.
And then there's like Pete's playing that keyboard. He has a little keyboard solo, and I used to play along with them. If you know, I've talked about this before on the podcast, that I used to take out my Casio keyboard and play along with the Monkees episodes. And this video especially brought that back. I was like, oh, look at that little keyboard.
Nice.
And then after, and then Peter and Davy are looking at each other and laughing through their singing, and it's adorable because Peter loves Davy and Davy loves Peter, and they're friends. And then the weird outro music kind of plays over the fade out of She, which is, I don't know if you noticed that weird transition. It's like She is fading out, and then just like weird TV Monkees outro music is fading in.
Okay.
It's so weird.
Is She one of their biggest hits?
No, it is not a big hit.
Okay.
It is a single and it is a hit, but it wasn't like a big one.
Okay.
So, and then I think, and then that is the end of the episode. And then you get your closing credits. So, what did you think of your first? Was it what you expected? Like, what did you expect it to be? And how was it different?
I knew they did fast motion, and I knew it would be slapstick. But yeah, the people getting shot was a surprise. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, so many guns. It's so funny how that stands out now. And at the time, it's just like, whatever, guns.
I liked the jokes. There were some good jokes.
Oh, nice. I know I always worry because to me it's hilarious, but I saw it in that sweet spot of being like 13, and like whatever you see when you're 12 or 13. Yeah. I mean, whatever you love when you're 12 and 13, you really love it when you're 12 or 13. And so you have like no perspective on it at all. So eventually,
Beavis and Butthead came on the air for me in middle school.
Oh.
Perfect timing for that.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that was a good one. That was good. That was funny though. That was I enjoyed that. I was over. But so did any performances stand out to you? I like, as you termed the Dan Aykroyd pirate. I really love that cop guy. I thought he was really funny.
Yeah, he was really intense, and yeah, Dan Aykroyd, or he had a little Phil Hartman going. You think?
Yeah, definitely. And he was able to
Troy McClure.
Yes, that's who he is. He's Troy McClure. He was able to switch really well between being menacing and being comedic, and like he could change.
Yeah.
It made sense when he did it. It wasn't like shocking or weird. It was just like, oh, that's funny. I really like that.
I wonder if that actor's still around.
You know what? I can consult the IMDb. So, did anybody stand out to you as your?
I liked the lady gangster that was eating the meatballs. What was her name again?
Big Flora.
Big Flora. Yeah, I thought she was a very natural actor.
She was good. Paul the policeman? Was it Paul the policeman? No, the inspector. Dort Clark is his name. Dort. Dort.
Oh, that's not a real name.
No, it's not. Let me click on Dort Clark. See what he's done. Big Flora shows up on a future episode, by the way. Big Flora is on at least two Monkees episodes. No, maybe 3. Anyway, I know she.
So the bullet just grazed her.
Yeah, well, yes, and then she doesn't remember who she is, and she shows up as a different character. Let's see. Dort Clark is known for what? Everything You Always Wanted to Know About Sex But Were Afraid to Ask in 1972. All right. Wonderful Town in 1958, and Mickey in 1964. Mickey with an E, not our Mickey. I don't know any of those. I'm sorry. I really don't. I'm trying to find like any other things.
Maybe he lives in Studio City, and we've been in line at Ralph's with him and didn't even know it.
Well, he passed on in 1989, so.
Oh boy.
He's not with us anymore. He did a lot of TV acting. He was on Get Smart, Flying Nun, Wild Wild West.
Gumby.
Anyway.
Was he a cop on all of them?
I'm not sure. I think, yeah, he was a colonel in the Wild Wild West. He was a desk sergeant on Batgirl. Yeah, he's pretty much a sergeant, a cop, a guard, a sergeant, an officer. Yeah, that's all his roles. Colonel, desk sergeant. Oh, but he was so good at it though.
Yeah.
And Big Flora. Let's see what's up with Big Flora. So, yeah, I was always excited when there was like a woman on the show. So I was like, yay, there's a girl. And the only other girl was like, the sexy girl.
Right.
Big Flora is Helene Winston. She was Canadian. She is an actress known for A Boy and His Dog, Policewoman, and Anne of Green Gables. And she died in March 2004. But
this is sad. Let's not look at any other.
Well, come on. What did you think? We're watching a TV show from the 60s.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, she's only on one other episode. Another episode the next season, I think. But yeah.
Did she say she's a singer?
No. Wait, did Flora say she's a singer?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Or I guess she just looked like a singer to me. Because she had, didn't she have like a, not a scarf, like a boa thing?
Her a stole or fur stole or something? Something like that. Oh, she said something about her dog tasting her food for poison.
Oh, yeah. She's like, my dad, I was going to bring him, but he doesn't like Italian. That was a good line.
That was cute. All right. So I think that's going to oh, wait, no, that's not going to do it because I have a couple of things I need to say. I would like to thank my one reviewer, Dr. Lynch 19. You're still the only one that's reviewed this show. I love you. I hope the sound problems on this aren't upsetting you, but please, Dr. Lynch, know that we are all doing our best at this time. And I hope you are well, Dr. Lynch. But thank you for the rating. The rest of you, get me some ratings. Please review, say something. Even if it's just like, monkeys are cool. I don't care. Just like say something so I have some ratings. And I wanted to like maybe say something about the Twitter followers that we have for the Monkees podcast. It's, all social media, we're at Monkees Podcast, PAWDCAST. And I do have a few followers on Twitter, but I don't know, is it okay for me to like mention them or should I like ask for their permission? I don't know. Like, is that weird to say, hey, thanks so-and-so as a surprise? I don't know.
I think that'll be fine.
Okay. So I would like to thank Sydney at Sydney W1014. She loves to draw, is what it says. And she's clearly a Mickey fan because everything that she posts is about Mickey. She is only about Mickey. And I respect that, Sydney. I respect that. And thank you for following. And thank you for listening.
Gotcha. I haven't picked one. I think I'm on Team Peter.
Team Peter. Yay! Peter was my favorite. Peter was my love. I loved Peter so much. It's adorable. I've had previous people on where I think there were Mickey. Yeah, I had Mickey fans on before. So it's been Mickey. Finally a Peter fan. Yeah, I should force people to choose.
Is Mickey the drummer?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I should force people to choose a monkey. Or maybe I should play like Fuck, Marry, Kill. Like with the
oh yeah.
Which is gross. I don't like that. No, I'm not doing that. All right. So
yeah, it should be something else, something nicer.
Yeah.
Like go to the park with, have coffee with, and kick in the shins. I don't know.
Park, coffee, and shins.
Yeah.
Okay, so who would you go to the park with? Who would you have coffee with? And who would you shins of the four monkeys?
Who's the shortest? I can kick the shortest guy in the shins because he's not going to retaliate with force.
You are so wrong about Davey, but go on.
So, go to the park. Mickey, I guess, because we could do a drum circle, and then coffee. Peter.
Okay.
I feel like he has some good one-liner jokes or something.
Yes.
Or he might do like something funny. He's kind of a klutz, right?
Yeah. You know what? I feel like we should have a fourth thing because that means like we have to. So like nobody has anything to say because now Mike is left out. There should be a fourth option. So park.
Do rob a bank.
Oh, that's good. So you're robbing a bank with Mike.
Yeah, I guess like process of elimination. Yep.
That's a good choice. He's the smart one. You would probably get away with it. So I think that works. Okay. All right. I think that is going to wrap it up. I hope we don't run out of time here on Zoom. Okay. So comedian Mark Leonard, people can find you at MarkLeo81. Is that correct?
Yes. Thank you.
Please follow Mark Leo81. He is funny. Yeah, you're funny. I still remember your closing line of our 101 show. I don't remember the context anymore, but I remember you said, "I'm a jackrabbit," and that's when Hal hit the lights.
Nice. I didn't even know that.
Yes, you had the last line of the show, and I remember like that was friggin' funny. I remember that.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll never forget that. And then spring break.
I'll make merch like shirts with "I'm a jackrabbit" on it.
I think those will sell, even without people knowing. Even though I forgot.
And then spring break hats.
Hats for spring break. Excellent.
Or
all right.
Actually, beer koozies.
Yes, beer koozies, or the hats with the beer koozies on them.
Yeah, if spring break ever happens again.
Yeah. Oh, bring us back to reality. Yeah, okay. So everybody stay safe out there. Thanks for tuning in. And I don't care if it's a podcast. I'm always going to say tuning in. My name is Tekurah McCullough. You've been listening to the Monkees Podcast. Subscribe, leave a rating, review on Apple Podcasts. Find us on all social media at Monkees Podcast. And support the show by getting official podcast merch at dragonwagonshop.com. And my sister surprised me by getting a shirt the other day. Isn't that nice? My sister's the best. Thanks, Tracy. All right, and I think that's going to wrap it up. Bye, everybody. Bye. Yeah. Say bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, my name's Zen Zenith, and if you've ever wanted to hear intimate conversations and performances from amazing musicians such as Tony Thaxton from Motion City Soundtrack, Dressage, or Field Medic, I've got the podcast for you. Check out The House Show with Zen Zenith on Dragon Wagon Radio. The House Show is a concert series wrapped up in the context of a house show in front of a real live audience that we then turn into a podcast for you. You can find it on Dragon Wagon Radio or wherever else good podcasts are found. Check it out and we'll see you there.
It's Dragon Wagon.